Youngstown Comic Con is back for its 8th year.
It's becoming a rather big regional event.
We'll have the details on that, plus all of the big events happening in Youngstown this weekend in our After Hours report.
After Hours is sponsored by the Timberlanes Complex.
This Saturday and Sunday, head down to the Covelli Center for the 8th annual Youngstown Comic Con.
This year, our show will be on July 7th and 8th, and we've changed the name to Youngstown Comic Con from All-American, which is what our show was the first 7 years. This is our second year at the Covelli Center. We have guests coming from all over the country, and we have dealers coming from as far south as Charlotte, North Carolina. We have a few from Tennessee, and we've got them from Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois, obviously Ohio, and New York, so it's becoming a rather big regional event.
So why the name change?
I had one of my guests tell me the last night of the show that we should incorporate the term Comic-Con into our name, and he goes, when you hear the word Comic-Con, what do you think of? And I go, well, San Diego, because that's the granddaddy and the biggest Comic-Con in the country, the most well-known Comic-Con in the world. And he's like, yeah, he goes, a lot of people who don't collect, they still know what Comic-Con is from just hearing the term and seeing it on television. I said, well, it's in Youngstown. How about Youngstown Comic-Con? He goes, go with it. So I told that to my graphics guy, and we kind of incorporated the YSU colors into our logo and, our advertising. So we're going with it, and probably 50% more hits on our social media stuff than we had last year at this time.
Youngstown Comic Con will take place from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Last year, the event brought over 4,000 people to the Covelli Center. This year, All-American Cards and Comics owner Greg Bartholomew hopes to see that it's kicked up to 5,000.
5,000 through the door, hopefully hit 5,500 this year. So hopefully if we get a 20% increase, I'll be ecstatic.
Guests this year include Jim Steranko, Jim Shooter, Mike Zeck, John Beatty, Renee Witterstater, and Daryl Banks. There will also be several events and panels to take part in.
4:30 on Saturday is the adult costume contest. Doesn't cost anything to enter. There will be cash prizes and trophies given out. And then at 2 o'clock on Sunday is the kids' cosplay contest. Every kid that participates will get something to choose from for thanks for coming in and being a part of the show. We have panels, cosplay 101 type panels too, and then we've got Star Wars panels again, trivia contest again.
Tickets for each day are $15. You can get yours in advance at both of the All-American Cards and Comics locations in Boardman and Warren, or get them at the door the day of the event. More information can be found at youngstowncomiccon.com.
Get in line early. Last year's line was long. This year's line, I'm hoping, wraps halfway around the Covelli Center. It's going to be a great weekend. I mean, it's the same weekend as YSU Art Festival, so downtown Youngstown will be the place to be next weekend.
That's right. The 20th Annual Summer Festival of the Arts will be happening on the campus of Youngstown State University Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Lori Factor is Director of Community Engagement and Events at YSU.
The Summer Festival of the Arts is an arts show. It's a juried arts show, which means that artists have to apply, and they are artists who actually create their own artwork. It might be anything from painting, photography, woodwork, anything in the arts, and then they set up shop here for the weekend, and hopefully people will come and buy, because original artwork is really cool to have in your life. We also have the performing arts, which are dozens of performances of all different kinds. Then we've got all these great community groups that come in and set up shop, and then we have our Festival of Nations area, which is ethnic groups and some other food and culture. So it is art, music, culture, community, and it's right here on YSU's campus.
You can find out more information about the Summer Festival of the Arts at ysu.edu/SFA. But these two events aren't the only ones happening this weekend.
Some of the other things that are happening, so we start off actually with the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church Festival, and that starts on Thursday the 5th. Then on Friday night, there's the Fabulous Flashbacks that is in downtown Youngstown. And on Saturday night, we have a great jazz fusion pianist, Jeff Lorber. And people will know him because a little musician called Kenny G got his start with this pianist. Doing anything as a group is always better because we have the shared marketing, because I'm going to talk about all of the things that are going on the weekend. They're going to talk about Summer Festival of the Arts. So we all benefit from the crowds that will come here. When we all come together and there's no territorialism, it's very unusual for a community to have the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the city, the university, private entities all working together towards one goal, and that is to showcase what we have downtown, what we have at the university, and what we can do when we work together. And that's really, it's just a very unusual but very beautiful way to do business.
Here are the details on all of the events you can attend in Youngstown this weekend. The St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church Summerfest starts today and runs through Sunday. Summerfest hours are Thursday 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday noon to 6 p.m. The festival features Greek food and pastries, live music, and items for sale. Admission is free. Attention superheroes, Youngstown needs your help. This Friday from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m., join the 2018 Superhero Bar Crawl. Travel to all of the secret base locations and rescue the world's mightiest superheroes before the start of Comic Con. Registration is $10 and will be held from 5 to 7 p.m. at Susie's Dogs and Drafts. You can learn more by visiting the event's Facebook page. The Fabulous Flashbacks return to downtown Youngstown this Friday at 7:30 p.m. in Central Square. Tickets are $12 when you order in advance and $15 at the gate. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. For more information, visit thefabulousflashbacks.com. Youngstown Wine and Jazz will be held on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. in downtown Youngstown Central Square. Enjoy local wineries and the music of jazz pianist Jeff Lorber. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. Admission is $10. Visit Ticketmaster.com to get yours early. For this week's After Hours Report, I'm Maggie Young.